Hello yogis. Today is a beautiful April day in Canada and in Victoria, BC by the lake. And hope you have your sunglasses on and a water bottle. And we will do this wonderful yoga flow today. So hope you enjoy. Make sure you stay at your own pace, and if you need to omit posture, please do so and just join in when you feel ready. Let's begin. Standing at the top of your mat, feet are hip width apart. Just pedal the feet out and press and make an imprint into the mat with your feet. So you are just warming up the lower leg, the calves, the ankles, the knees, just pedaling it out and arriving on the mat, ready to begin this class for yourself, for just paying attention to your breath and how it synchronizes to your movement and how that has a calming effect on your physical body and your emotional body. Let's bend the knees and stretch. You can bring your hands to your hips. I like to cinch in the hands into the hips, just to remind myself to engage just behind my fingertips. When I do this little bend, it's a mini squat, and I am warming up the back of my legs now, the glutes. Let's fire up the breath. Exhale, inhale to rise, shoulders back, down, exhale, inhale to rise. So feel that lift, lifting you up, that breath that expands you up to the sky. Bring your body weight to your heels so your toes can even pick up off the ground when you sit back into that squat. Pressing the toes into the ground, feeling the contact into the mat, spreading out the feet a little bit so now they kind of take up more space as you've worked them out and stretched the sole of the foot. Let's stay down low. Shift your body weight back into the heels, tuck tailbone under. Let's stay here and do cat and cow. So we're just going to round the back, exhale. Inhale to expand and breathe in. Shoulders back, and then exhale and round. That ocean-like breath, inhale. Exhale and round. It's like a sigh of relief because we made it to our mat. Inhale to open, and exhale to close. We are expanding the capacity of our lungs. Exhale, round. Hold that long inhale, flat back. Let's start to slide the hands down towards the ankles, so down the shins for support. The hands are there, and hang the head heavy. Maybe I'll get rid of my sunglasses. Perhaps I'll need them later. So you're just in this forward fold. Your body weight is in your toes. You can shift forward and feel the weight, maybe some tension, just kind of run down your back, out through your arms and down through the fingers and away from the body. And when you're here, you can shift your body weight right to left, so you can shift under the right foot and then the left foot. And then you can even take your fingers in front of you, lean into the fingers, shift your body weight forward and back, so you're rocking forward and back. This whole time, the upper body can relax. Even the jaw, even the facial muscles can relax. Plugging into your fingertips, now just warming up the hands. They're like little tent pegs, and they're sticking into the ground, nice and strong. When you come back, feel a stretch through your armpits. So nice. And let's slowly rise up again, but bend your knees and then ragdoll up. So imagine you're like a zombie coming up. Nice and slow, one vertebra at a time, stacking your shoulders over your hips, standing again at the top of the mat. Give those shoulders a roll. You can bend the knees and circle. I like to just warm up the upper body before we get any weight on the arms. So you just warm up those shoulders, get them prepared for the activation to come when we go to downward dog. Let's bring them up a little bit higher. So you bend the elbows like you're back stroking with that elbow bend. You use your breath. Inhale, exhale, lift, inhale, exhale, inhale. Now straighten those arms, so big circle. When you do a little bit of a back bend, remember to engage your core so your abdominals come in to support your back as you open and draw those shoulder blades back. So the abdomen doesn't push forward too much. It's more of just a shoulder mobility. So those arms are probably nice and warm. Let's give ourselves a big bear hug. Exhale. Inhale to open. Exhale, you should feel the heat in the arms and the shoulders as we warm them up. Bend the knees. Inhale, open. Exhale, bend. Inhale, open. So now you can see how the movement and the breath coordinate. And it makes you feel so good. Exhale, close, bend the knees. Inhale, open. Now place the right hand down on your thigh for support and reach the left arm over. You're creating a banana-like shape. Remember, this shoulder is down, so the left shoulder moves down. So there's space between the ear and the arm. You can look to the floor. You can look towards the arm. You can look up at that sky and just feel so grateful for that sunshine. Switch sides, so place the left hand down, right arm comes up. And again, choice to look down or to look up. Just melt that shoulder down, plug it into its arm socket, into the shoulder socket. And then coming up, breathe in, both arms up. Now swan dive, root forward, into the toes. Hands on the shins, rise up halfway to the knees, and exhale to come down. Let's go down to the floor, all fours. Place those knees under the hips, hands under the shoulders. From here, we're going to slide the left hand away from us and the right leg away from us, so opposite direction. Let's lift up in the air as high as you can, but maybe just as high as parallel to the floor. Now touch the floor, just the fingertips, toenails, and then lift up again. I'm going to turn a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Extending and placing it down. Inhale to reach. Exhale to bring it down. Inhale to reach. Make sure that things on the floor, so the limbs on the floor are supportive. Press down into the hand. Press down into the tops of the toenails. Now hold it up there, eyes on the floor. This time, elbow to knee connect. On the exhale. Inhale, breathe, and reach. Look forward, exhale. Now look down to the mat. And then when you reach and inhale, you look forward. So you expand the body. Do it again. Inhale to reach. And exhale to close. Now we're just warming up the abdomen. Take a break if you need to. One more time. Exhale and inhale, reach. And let's do child's pose. So sit back towards the heels. Slide the hands forward. And here's your child's pose. I have my feet together. My legs are under my ribs, so I feel supported. And deep breaths in. Now just breathe into the back of the rib cage. Continue your child's pose, but breathe into the back body. I hope you are hearing the birds behind me and the waves. Ooh, there's a dog. Sounds of nature. Come on up, back to our tabletop. So this time we had the right hand going forward. This time we're going to switch it up. So left hand forward, right leg back. So sliding that hand in front and the leg behind. Make sure the hand and the foot on the floor is connected like an anchor. Let's go. Inhale to lift. Just practicing the lift and then the drop. Inhale to lift. So no higher than parallel with the ground. Use your breath, synchronize it, reach like a rubber band. Exhale down. Inhale, lift. Think about the placement of the fingers and the hand on the floor, so all the knuckles connected. Exhale down. Last time, inhale, hold. Can you connect the elbow to the knee? Let's try it. Go. Exhale. And inhale to reach. Exhale. Now there's a little insect on my mat. We'll just get rid of that. Okay, continue on. Close it up. Inhale to reach. This is real life in Canada. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale to reach. Again, down and reach. And place that hand down, foot down, child's pose once again. Stretch those shoulders. Feel the stretch under the underside of the arm, so you're opening up the armpit. And relax. Can you massage your forehead on the ground? Just give that third eye a little opening, just a little massage right there. Feels so nice to give yourself that facial massage. Just use the ground, use the mat. When you're done, come on back up. Let's do our downward dog. So I'm just going to turn a little bit, but you're on your mat. I'm going to sit back into the heels and feel the stretch in the sole of the foot, so right through the arches of the feet. You can walk the hands back and just give yourself a little pressure back. You can readjust, so come forward, retuck, and then sit back on those heels. The heels are vertical and your hip bones are near them. You can even bring the knees up a little bit and then rock back to the knees and lift them. So you're just preparing the feet to be in this position in downward dog. Okay. Now, keep those toes tucked. We are going to just think about the hands. Again, the fingers spread out, the knuckles are placed down firmly, but you've cupped the center of your palm. So there's this kind of hollowness in the center of the palm. Okay, let's lift the knees and hold for a moment. Just feel that activation in your core to hold this position. Check out your fingers. They're pressing into the mat. You're breathing. That hot fire is heating up the body, so cool your body down with your exhale. There's that bird. That's the one I'm talking about. On the inhale, lift your hips, keep your heels high, and then press those heels down. And you can walk out your dog. I'm just going to turn around so I can see you at home. Well done, everybody. Well done for sticking with me. And pressing those heels down, you're just walking it out. Melting your heart down towards the floor, opening up those armpits. You can nod the head, yes and no, forward and back. And there goes that ant again. Got rid of it for now, but you just never know, right? They have this way of appearing quickly. Now walk those feet, but walk them in towards the wrists. So just slowly bringing them in. Let's do a little clasp of the elbows and the hands, opposite elbow, and sway right and left. Knees soft. If you need to circle out the wrist, go for it. Just releasing the hands. And then slowly rise up the way we came down, but keep your hands on your legs, sliding up, soft knees, inhale, flat back, and then all the way up. Give those shoulders a roll. And have a little sip of water if you're feeling like you need to hydrate. Okay, let's begin with our Crescent Pose. First lunge, so bend the knees. The knees are just slightly bent. Hands on the hips, cinch in, hug in, make sure you're engaged. You're going to look to the top of your mat and just beyond it for balance, and slide that right foot back, almost like a paintbrush, swoops back, catches behind you, and the feet are hip width apart. You're still cinching in with the hands. I like to do that little pelvic tilt to really feel the stretch through that hip flexor. Now the front knee is bent, and the knee should be right over the ankle. You're pushing the back of this knee up towards the sky, keeping this pelvic tilt. Lift the arms up if you're feeling ready. Turn the palms in, drop the shoulders down. Plug them in. Feel open and spacious in the heart. And breathe. 5 deep breaths. Eyes straight ahead. Full of focus, full of strength. 2 more breaths. Now keep the arms as they are. Keep the chest facing forward as it is, and drop that right heel in towards the center of your mat. So if you are on your mat like me here, the heels are on a tightrope. The right foot is now turned out, warrior one. Looking forward, focus the gaze on something straight ahead, doesn't move. Shoulders again down, lots of space between ears and arms. 5 breaths. Peek at the front knee, make sure it's stacked over the ankle. I can always see my big toe. Can't see those other toes, but I can see the big toe beyond my knee. Now take that right arm down, all the way down in a big circle, and the left arm joins in and goes into warrior two. Straight ahead. Shoulders are in this line towards the front of the mat. I'm going to look over that center finger in the front. Again, reminding myself to keep that pelvic tilt, maybe going down a little bit deeper, getting stronger as you go. As always, stronger as we breathe and we connect more into our body and more into our breath. One more breath, nice and deep. Let's take that elbow down towards the knee and the other arm, the back arm, reaching overhead, right arm, overhead. Again, keep it nice and spacious, collarbones broad, shoulders stacked over the thigh, reaching away. If it's more comfortable to reach up to the sky, or maybe in front, just imagine that long extension, whichever direction you point. Looking down to the floor for balance. It'll help you to look down. Can we power up the breath? Come back to warrior two? I think so. Let's go. Inhale up. Swing that back arm, the right arm forward to meet the left. Push off that back foot. You can bend that knee and step to the top of the mat and give it a little shake. Well done. Pedal out the feet, prepare for the other side. Sometimes the most important thing we can do is just pause. So not rushing. I caught myself. I was going to rush to the other side. But no, let's just stand in mountain pose. Palms open to the front, shoulders back. And just feel the earth beneath our feet. Feel the air on the skin. Feel your breath fill you up, and it helps replenish what you lost in that very active phase that we just completed. And it doesn't take long, just a small pause to digest what we just did. So we can learn from it, grow from it for the other side. Hands on the hips, slight pelvic tilt, bend the knees. Now pick up your left heel. It's going to slide back like a paintbrush directly behind the hip. Find that crescent pose. So long lunge, front knee bend. Stay stacked over the ankle. The heel is high in the back. So remember, cinch those hands in, reminding us to pull up our pelvic floor. And then drop the shoulders down. Elongate the neck. It's a beautiful stretch, just like this. You can almost push those hands down and feel the waist stretch up. If you would like to join me, bring those arms up. Inhale, palms face one another. Plug those arm bones into the shoulder sockets. And let's do 5 deep breaths. Breathe. Again, breathe in. So powerful. So nourishing. Filling you up with this almost positivity. Keep the arms the same, pointing forward, but drop that back heel into the center. The heels are now on a tightrope. Bend the front knee maybe a little bit more. Keep the pelvis aligned so it's stacked high rather than tipping forward. Lifting it up. Continue. 5 breaths. Warrior one. You've got this. Breathe. I like to inchworm my front toes forward, going deeper as I feel very Ready for it. 2 more breaths. Last one. Turning to your left, bringing the hands down, reaching beyond the walls, beyond the edges of the room, dropping your shoulders, reminding ourselves to eliminate any excessive lower back arch, sinking deeper with each breath as you get comfy on the edge of discomfort, right? Inhale. Eyes straight ahead, right over those fingers. Chin is over the shoulder. Pressing down into the back foot, especially the outside edge, feeling the stretch through the ankle. Now bringing the forearm down, the front forearm down onto the thigh. Palm is up, and I'm going to reach the top arm in a straight line, side angle pose. I'm just going to turn. Stay as you are, but here we are. Corner to corner of the screen. Perfect. You can look up, or you can look down. Keep with your breath. Shoulder away from the ear on that bottom shoulder. And slowly coming back to Warrior 2. Give yourself a boost, use your breath. Here we go. Inhale. Warrior 2. Bending both knees, swinging the back arm to the front hand. Push off and step. Very nice. Let's have another mini pause. Standing on your own 2 feet. You've got this. You're doing great. Inhale the arms up, salute the sun. Big opening. Exhale, swan dive, soft knees. Half lift up to the kneecaps. Slide down to the shins, to the ankles. Take the hands to the floor. Let's step the feet back to a half plank. Knees will touch the ground. When our knees are on the floor, I'm just going to turn, but you stay on your mat. So the knees are on the ground. I got my toes tucked. Bring your shoulder blades back and engage your abdomen. So as much as you can, just keep a neutral spine. Your abdominals are pulled in, your hands as before connected, the knuckles. Now when we come down, we are going to, there's that ant. We are going to rub the sides of our rib cage with our elbows coming down. The hips will be last to touch the ground. And then on the inhale, coming up to baby cobra. So not too high. And then back down. Let's do a few of those. Inhale to rise. And exhale to fall. Strengthening the back to rise. And exhale to fall. Last time, inhale to lift. And exhale to come back down. Now, lift the hips up a little bit, engage your abdomen, and we're going to reverse the way we came down. We're going to go up the same way. Inhale, hips up. Exhale, rest of the body comes up too. Come on up. Woo! And then back down into child's pose. Inhale, tuck those toes under, come back up to downward dog, heels high. Inhale. Press those heels down. Relax the head and pedal it out. Bring the feet together, lift up the right leg. Inhale, swooping up, there it goes. And then swing that leg underneath you, stepping it halfway forward, not all the way to your hands. Placing the back heel down in that angular shape. Take the right hand to your thigh, lift the left arm up. Okay, so we're going to do triangle. The feet are not as wide as they were before. So for triangle, same position of the feet. You have the right foot pointing forward, the heels are on a tightrope, and the back foot is turned out. Hand on the thigh, soft knee. Take that left arm up. See what I did there? The shoulders were kind of at this angle. I'm just going to drop the right shoulder down, the left shoulder up, and I've opened up to the left side of my room. Gaze can be up or gaze can be down. Hand on the thigh, beyond the kneecap perhaps, but I really want you to focus on keeping this right side waist long. So not too far down, I want you to feel like you're expanding the right side waist. Inhale and exhale. Again, inhale. Light pressure on that front shin. You're continuing to breathe, right? Yeah, move those shoulders away from the ears. You've got this. Inhale all the way up. Use your breath. Give yourself a little boost and then rotate. Other way, triangle. I love this pose. This feels so nice and spacious for that right side now. So the feet still the same on that tightrope. I have the heels about 2 to 3 feet apart. Dropping this front shoulder down. I even like to look back to the back shoulder, to the left shoulder. Feeling the stretch in the neck. Just for fun, bend the front knee. Exalted Warrior. Palm is facing the back of your mat. Straighten the front leg, inhale. Both arms swing up. Square your shoulders to the screen for pyramid. Fly those arms to the side. Exhale, melt down sternum to the front. Hands again on the front thigh or maybe just further beyond the knee. Soft knee. Try not locking that knee. It'll feel better if it's not locked. Trust me. Breathe in. Elongate the body. Can we go down a little bit further with a flat back? Exhale. Do it in stages. Again. Exhale. If you've got blocks under the hands or a chair to hold on to, I'm just going to turn so you can see, but the back is flat wherever you get to. Sometimes I just like to go for it. Here we go. Exhale. Head to the nose, to the shin. Head is heavy. You can feel almost this release in the cervical spine. Inhale. Soft knees, don't lock them. We're going to come on up that leg. Breathe in, follow the leg. Use it like a buttress. Inhale to guide you up. Shoulders back. I like to open up the chest, so reverse it. I have the forearms tucked into my lower back, shoulders back. And again, the abdomen pushes in, pulls in as the forearms push the lower back forward. So there's this give and take. Push and a pull together. Still the same legs. I hope you haven't moved around like me. Shoulders are square to the top of your mat. Feel the stretch in your shoulder blades. Still the legs are straight. Now bend both knees, break it, and then soften the arms. Give them a little swing. Step to the top of your mat and swing forward. Pedal it out. Who needs some hydration? Let's do it. Okay. Here's that beautiful breeze. Okay, so triangle on the other side. Let's go through the full cycle, the Vinyasa as we did before. So all the way to the ground, cobra, and then stepping our left foot forward for triangle. Let's do it. Inhale to lift. Swan dive, soft knees. Half lift up to the knees. All the way down. Step back to plank. Hands connected. Let's try knees off the ground, full plank. So we're going to lower down. I'll turn. But the hips will be last to touch the floor. Exhale. Slide forward. Inhale. Untuck the toes. Down again. 2 more times. Inhale to rise. Shoulders down. Exhale. 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale. Now hips up first. Exhale. On the way up. Child's pose. Reach the hips back. Open up the fingers. Coming up tucking the toes, placing the hands firmly, cupping the center of the palm. You got this? Let's go all the way up. Downward dog. Nod the head, yes and no. Feel that easy breezy fluidity of the water. The most of your body is made up of water, so is the earth. So just feel that flowing, that connection. Bend the knees, look forward, and we're just gonna slide that left, or actually, I forgot. Let's go back to downward dog. Left leg goes up. Inhale. Exhale, swinging the left foot forward through towards the arms, but halfway forward. Turn the back heel at an angle. Take the hands up to the front thigh, so the left hand up on the thigh. I have my front knee bent, just in prep. And the right arm is going to send up towards the ceiling. Okay, so here's that first adjustment. Hand on the thigh. Notice how the shoulders are at an angle here. I'm going to bring that right shoulder so it's right over top of the left shoulder, and the heart is open to the right side. Move this left shoulder away from the ear, keep lots of space. Soft knee in the front, and breathe. As you feel comfortable, we can go down a little further beyond the knee. Five breaths. Remember that slight adjustment of the pelvis. Flatten out the front of your pelvis by tucking that tailbone under, eliminating the lower back arch, just a little bit. And you'll feel strength in the pelvic floor. You'll feel strength through the lower body. Remember that front knee is soft. You're looking at the top of your mat. Maybe you're looking to the ceiling. Now, coming all the way up, keep that front knee a little bit soft as you guide your body up. And then bringing your back hand down on your thigh and reach the other arm up now. So here we have reverse triangle. So we're just opening up the front side. So the left side is nice and open. I like to look over that right shoulder. Makes you feel very tall, very proud. Press down into both feet. Feel the contact of both feet equal. Remember, heels on a tightrope. Reach up, but drop the shoulder down. Now, for fun, bend that front knee, Exalted Warrior. Palm is facing the back of the room. You can be looking to the back foot or back shoulder. Front knee is solid, right over top of that ankle. Strengthening the thigh. Bringing that front hand down, so left hand down. Bend both knees. Relieve any pressure in the lower back and step forward. Pedal it out. Well done. So we're doing good. Let's go down to the ground halfway. Well, 30 minutes in. We'll go down and we'll finish it off. So if you need a block or a blanket to sit on, sometimes I like that. It helps to keep the pressure out of the hips. So if you need to sit on just an elevated surface, a blanket will do fine. Let's start with that Vinyasa all the way down. Inhale. Exhale, swan dive. Open the heart. Half lift up to the knees. And exhale down. Step back, one foot at a time. Two plank. You choose knees up or down, but hips will be last to touch the ground. Inhale, cobra. Exhale. Push back up, hips up first. Exhale. Child's pose. Breathe. Recover. And then coming up to hands and knees just to cross the shins and have a seat back. Just meet me in seated. So as I said, if you want to have just something underneath your hips, a blanket or even a fold of your mat, just to support your hips, to to take the pressure off. So I'm just kind of cushioning my tailbone, cushioning my hip bones. Bend your knees, feet on the ground, and let's open up the heart. Cat and cow. Rolling through the spine. It's a self-massage for your back. Inhale to rise, and exhale to melt back. Inhale to lift, and exhale to melt. And to patrol, exhale back. Inhale and lift. Now take one leg. I'm going to straighten the right leg, flex the foot. Bring up that left leg a little bit closer, so just towards the thigh. And I have about a fist distance between the foot and the right leg. Hands on the shin, cupped or laced up fingers. Now, bring your back nice and straight, almost as though you have this backrest behind you. It's supportive. Shoulders are down. Neck is long. Chin is parallel with the floor. Remember, even this leg, the straight leg, is active. Now, I'm going to elevate this foot. I'm going to cross it over. Feeling the stretch now in the outside of the left leg. Stay comfy, stay elevated. Now, the next is a little bit of a twist. So you're going to take the right elbow, hook it onto the left knee. I still have my fingers laced. And I'm going to look over the back shoulder. Now pump the abdomen, nice deep breaths. Stay tall, back is straight. So the focus isn't going as much as you can. The focus is staying tall and twisting as though you're twisting around a flagpole. Now breathe. Head turns to the front first, head. Then the arms release. And you can just kick out that leg for a moment. Let's do the other side. Bring up the right leg, about a fist distance apart. Flexed left foot. Inhale, hands on the shin, laced fingers, and rise. Shoulders down. You can stay here. 5 breaths. It's a glute stretch, preparing us for the twist. Next step. We are going to cross this leg over to the outside of the left leg. Sole of the foot is down. Try to get the whole foot on the ground. Lace up the fingers and take that front elbow. So it's now the left elbow over that knee. And the right elbow, I almost feel this tension between the hands. And then you can place the hands on the thighs and look back over the right shoulder. Now belly breathe in. And press the belly up against the inner thigh of the right leg. Shoulders away from the chin, from the ear. As you stay longer in each pose, you can just play around or make little shifts and explore. That's the beauty of the 5 breaths. You have time to experiment, to shift. Last breath. Head to the front, arms release. Give those legs a shake. Now both feet flexed, still on this little lift, nice and high. Inhale the arms up. Flexed feet. Now reach over, straight lines, straight back. Now bring the hands down, palms down, shoulders back. Nice deep breath in, and now melt. I like to just relieve the back and just kind of hang out. Even the neck can hang. Inhale, coming up. Pulling the legs to butterfly, so connecting the soles of the feet together. You can kind of give it a little bit of a shake, right and left. Sometimes we do this curve, this C curve. I would like to stay up taller. So sometimes taking the hands behind us with the fingertips on the ground, You can use it and lean into the hands, so you're kind of taking the pressure off. And as you feel more relaxed in your inner thigh, you can walk the hands a little closer to your hips, keeping the back as though the arms are like your backrest. 5 breaths. As you feel more comfortable, take the hands to the ankles, straight arms, and then exhale, maybe bend those elbows. Still the straight back, so you've got lots of versions, lots of steps. Join me wherever you are feeling comfortable. And coming up, inhale. And then from here, I'm just going to take that fold out of the mat, shift onto my left hip, swing the right leg all the way back. So it's kind of like a lunge position, but we're going to move into pigeon. And this is where you may need like a wedge or a blanket underneath your right hip. But otherwise, I'm going prop free. I'm going to tuck my right toes under and pull my left leg, my left shin underneath my hips. Now this shin is crossed through the center line. So this left heel is underneath my right hip. Now I'm going to keep that back leg, the right leg elevated to just find length and height. Press into the toes, press into this whole leg, press into that back foot and the hands. So everything is supporting you. As you feel comfortable, bring the knee down first. Right knee down, flick those toes back, place the toenails on the ground, lift the body, inhale. Now exhale, and you can just flow with that breath. Inhale to find that release in the hip of the left side. Exhale, coming down, inhale to lift. And maybe you can relax, putting your forearms down, having this little perch with your elbows on the ground, or again, that blanket, maybe something in front of you, something you can rest on top of. 5 or more breaths. Feel free to hit the pause button and do this for a minute. I always like to do one sort of pose in my classes held for at least a minute, and this is my favorite one to do, so go ahead and press that pause button. One more deep breath. Reversing the order. First, the upper body comes up. Tucking those back toes under, lifting up the knee, giving a little bit of weightlessness to the left leg. You can just swing it back to a plank. You can come to a plank and a downward dog. Or you can just do child's pose to half plank. Massaging out the shoulders, that left hip, you should feel quite different from the left hip to the right hip. So just observe that change throughout the hips. Use your breath, still fueling up your breath, kind of sending that breath into the hips. Stay in tabletop, so in this position, flat back. This time the right knee is going to come towards the right wrist. Cross that right shin towards the left side of your mat. So now that right heel is underneath your left hip. Tuck your left toes under, elevate that whole left leg. Get nice and high and place your body weight on your 4 limbs. So neither limb, neither joint is feeling the pressure too much. Now, when you are ready, let's go. I am going to place the knee down first, left knee down. Flick those back toes, place them down, open up the heart, open up the chest, collarbones broad, and then now bend and stretch the elbows. So there's a few cycles of movement through the body. Inhale, and then you can just melt down. If you got that supportive blanket, go for it. Hands, arms on that. 5 deep breaths, or hit that pause button. 1 minute. I'll see you soon. One more breath. Reversing your order, hands, body, breath, toes tucked, left toes tucked. Elevate that leg, hands connected properly, fingers stretched out. Let's slide that right leg back. Find plank or half plank. Downward dog, hips high. Find your strength, you've got it. Inhale up. Exhale down. Again, inhale. Exhale. Looking to the top of your mat, bringing the knees down, sitting back. I'm going to cross my shins, bring those feet forward. The best part, knees together, hands on your backs of the legs, lift your heart up. Bring yourself up onto the tippy toes. So you're just finding that balance point for boat pose. I'm gonna lean a little further back till the arms are straight. Pick up those feet, maybe just one. Now the abdomen is strong, supportive. Chin is parallel to the floor, looking straight over those toes. Shoulders down, reach one arm maybe beside that leg. Palm up, maybe the other one. Hold, 5 breaths, yes. The quiver, the shake, essential. Heating up the belly of the muscles. Stay open. 2 more. 1 more. Hands on the legs, feet on the ground. Roll down through the back, massaging 1 vertebra at a time to the ground. I'm going to do bridge, so lifting. I'm going to bring the feet in a little closer to my heels. Hands on the ground, head down. And then when you're ready, lift the hips up. Here we go, inhale. And exhale. Down. Continue up and down, let's move. And exhale. Inhale up. And exhale down. Now we're going to go up and hold that place. If you need a block or something underneath your hips for support, try that. Otherwise, I'm going to place my hands laced up underneath my hips and kind of bring my shoulders tucked underneath me to open the chest further. Pressing down into the floor, into the wrists, into the hands, into the feet. Just into the back of the skull, lightly, but not too much weight in the head. 2 more breaths. A little higher. 1 more. Release the hands out to the side. Windshield wiper the knees from side to side. Palms open to the sky. You can hold the twist on one side. You can even bring the knees stacked, one on top of the other. You can look to the opposite direction from where the feet are. Shoulders down. Big breaths. Windmill the legs to the other side. First one, then the other. Coming down, touch down. Hip is high. Shoulders are down, looking to the other side. So where the legs are, look to the opposite direction. Making a shift from being very physical to now just going internal to the subtle body and paying attention to how you feel. Processing all of that information. Bringing the top leg up. Let's do happy baby. Holding onto the shins, pulling the up towards the ribs. Little fetal position with the legs above us, and you can rock side to side, massage your back. I'm going to place the feet down on the floor. For Shavasana, you can bring the knees in towards the center. This will help relieve the back, so the knock knee position. I'm going to place those palms up to the sky, shoulders, tuck them under like wings. And I'm just going to enjoy this moment of zero physical movement. Paying attention to the air on my skin, the sounds in my ears. And feel free to hit that pause button or the stop button and just continue in Shavasana on your own. Otherwise, if you're with me, windshield wiper your knees, just massaging your hips. Take yourself over to one side, fetal position. You can support your head with your arm. And then slowly pushing up using your hand. Find a comfortable seated position, crossed leg or otherwise. Hands on hips. This is one of my favorite moves. Stirring the pot. Big circles, other way. And then when you find stillness, notice how your body continues to do that swirling action. So here we go. Close your eyes and stop turning. Just notice how naturally, instinctively your body feels that circular motion. Hands up and overhead, inhale. Down through the center. One more big, nourishing breath. Thank you for joining me here in this beautiful setting. Hope to do it again. Let me know what you thought. From my heart to yours, namaste. Take one last look at the water, and I'll see you again soon. Hope you enjoyed.